Every Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we share your stories. Our viewers give us a glimpse into their deeply personal breast cancer battles.
That's so true. But over the past year, one of our own has been in the midst of her own fight. CBS News' Miami's Lauren Pastrana sat down with our Lisa Petrillo. Lauren.
Yeah, guys, Jim and Naja, it was really important for all of us that if and when Lisa decided to share her story, she would do it on her own terms. At first, she was reluctant to share her private battle with breast cancer. How are you feeling right now?
So I'm feeling great. I've been feeling great. It was a shock of what happened.
That's the Lisa Petrillo we all know and love.
If you're hungry, come for the McRib. Don't go to the other place.
I can feel the wind right now going through me.
Upbeat and energetic, an enterprising entertainment and lifestyle reporter taking us to all the hottest spots across South Florida.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Back in January, she featured the reopening of Mai Kai.
Save room for dessert.
She ate ice cream and learned to hula dance, never letting it show that just minutes earlier, she received a call that rocked her world.
And he's like, yeah, Lisa, I'm sorry to tell you, you have a lobular tumor in your right breast. I was like, what does that mean? It's breast cancer.
Just days before, she'd gone in for a routine ultrasound of her left breast due to fibroids. But the night before her appointment, she decided to do a self-check.
And right at 12 o'clock, I felt a hard lump on the very top, almost to the bone. So I said to the nurse, we need to look at the right. They said, we can't, we don't have the prescription. And I said, no, call the doctors, please, 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 I'm feeling something. They did. They spent 2 seconds on the one on the left, knowing it was nothing, and 35 minutes on the right. I am heading in over there.
That self-check and her insistence on an ultrasound of her right breast meant early detection, stage 1, and a lumpectomy with 15 days of radiation.
I'm just feeling relieved that I didn't have chemo. I found that out right before I was covering South Beach Wine and Food.
In all, she took about 10 days off work.
As a woman, as a mom, as a career person, you feel like you can't stop, right?
Now that I've really looked back, I was in that emergency mode at the time. Get this done, da, da, da. And sometimes that's not great. I think you have to sit with it for a moment. But at the same time, you know, you're going to get through it, and you got to power forward.
And she did, referring to her diagnosis for the past 9 months as simply the C word and keeping her journey private until now.
The C word and da, 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 da. Now I can say, you know, I had breast cancer. And that was a big, that is a big, it's still hard for me to say. It's still hard for me to talk about it.
What was the reasoning behind saying, yes, I'm going to go ahead and share this with our viewers who've been watching you for years? They feel like part of your family at this point.
I was scared because I feel like people are in worse situations. But now I've learned there's such a wonderful community of women out there that support and talk about it. And you can learn so much from these women. And I felt like, you know what? If someone's just learning about this now, someone's in the same situation as me, maybe it's time for me to say what happened to me, and then I could help.
And we are so happy to report Lisa recently went in for her first mammogram post-treatment, and all is well. She'll have to remain on medication for the next 5 years or so, but she is feeling great. And I truly believe that her story will help someone out there who is watching tonight. And that's really why she did that. You know, as journalists, we're reluctant to ever put ourselves there in the spotlight. She was the same way, but she's like, if I can help even one person,
she's going to help so many people. And, you know, after she received the diagnosis, she went to each of us in the newsroom and sharing her story with us before it made air to make sure that we were up to date with our checks. So I think that just goes to speak to the kind of person she is behind the scenes as well.
My big takeaway is that she was her own advocate and was on top of it from the get-go.
So important.
Self-check and push for answers.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
Well, you can join Lauren and the entire CBS News Miami team at the More Than Peak Walk this weekend. It is Saturday, October 4th at the Miami-Dade County Youth Fair and Exposition. Lauren Pastrana is the MC. Gates open at 7 a.m. and the walk begins at 8:45, and we hope to see you there.